Flow by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, second note. This book would deserve 100 notes or more, and obviously from better readers. You're better off consulting experts and scholars, but and there it is. They don't have this. I have a good setting. There's one at the back. I hope you see it. Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi gives us some ground rules for maximum happiness. He has studied how, when, what's the background for people who achieve flow, being in the zone, the state when they feel like floating, be they ballet dancers, rock climbers, chess players. By the way, Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi was also a rock climber and a chess player. He did that something else, but it escapes my mind now. I mean, in terms of physical activity. So he also mentions how people survive in impossible situations, like now when you have a lunatic transforming a district where people are supposed to live into a garage, washing 5 cars, engine running, no matter. That's nothing comparing to what others suffered, and Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi refers to them, people who had to spend time in communist jails and the Gulag labor camps, and he's saying that some of the rules they had to obey there are good, and we should use them in the outside world, free world. That is the only way they could go through such torture and such stress was by creating challenges. For instance, one rule for flow, maximum joy, is to be challenged. You can be either bored when you do nothing, you sit on the couch and there's no challenge, or you can be overwhelmed indeed when the challenge is too great. Like for instance, the example given is tennis players. You can either play with someone who's much worse than you, and then you're bored because there's no challenge. You give one ball and he's always throwing them out or in the net, or you can be crushed when the opponent is excellent and way better. So that's the key, is to be out of your comfort zone, challenged, and in between the boredom and the overwhelming limits. Now, in jail, what they did is they challenged themselves with all kinds of inventive situations. Like for instance, in a Hungarian communist jail, they had a contest, inmates, political prisoners, who would have the best translation. They picked up the best choice. It was my captain Whitman. Then they memorized one line. It was transmitted. A complex, challenging process, which kept them going. Albert Speer, after the Nazi regime fell, imagined himself on a road to Jerusalem. Mental trip with different stops and different things which would happen in places. Another inmate, another place, Russian prison, I think, thought about the things surrounding them. What's the bed, what it was made like, how it was made, the length, width, and of different of the cell, of the different things and spaces around him. So one needs challenge. One needs to be challenged, and time in such situations is very flexible. Most of the time people in flow report that it felt like minutes when it was hours. Her doctor would come out of surgery, a good surgeon, and he would say, "Let's have lunch. I'm hungry." But he's been in operation in the operating room for more hours, so it's already dinner time. But he lost track of that. The reverse happens. It's less often that it happens, but ballet dancer tends to report that the figures she had to perform on stage took just 1 minute or a few, but it felt like many hours because of the intensity of the process. So we'll get back to flow because it's a challenge and it offers so much.